Welcome, everyone. Today, we'll explore a real crime case involving Mandy Stavik. Please be aware that this content contains sensitive and distressing subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's approach this story with empathy and respect as we remember Mandy's life and seek justice for her. Thank you for joining me. Mandy Stavik was born on April 16, 1971, in Bellingham, Washington, to her parents, Mary and Glenn Stavik. Shortly after her birth, the family moved to Palmer, Alaska. However, their happiness was short-lived, as Mary and Glenn divorced just 3 years later in 1974. Following the divorce, Mary took her 3 children, Mandy, her sister Molly, and brother Lee, and relocated to a new house in Acme, Washington, United States. Acme was a close-knit and friendly community, where everyone knew each other. Despite facing challenges in her family life, Mandy cherished the time spent with her loved ones. Tragedy struck the family in 1975 when Mandy's older brother, Brent, was tragically shot and killed in Anchorage. This loss taught Mandy the importance of embracing life to the fullest and appreciating the people around her. Mandy was a beloved member of the Acme community, known for her friendly and outgoing nature. She had a loving boyfriend named Rick Zender and was a determined and talented young woman. Mandy had a passion for the outdoors and enjoyed activities such as cheerleading, softball, and running track. Even on the day after Thanksgiving, despite having a large dinner, Mandy decided to go for a run. Her usual running route in Acme would take her along Strand Road, passing by her house, to the Nooksack River and then back. Typically, her mother Mary would accompany her on a bicycle, but on that fateful day, Mandy took her German Shepherd dog, Kyra, with her. Around 2:30 p.m., as Mandy ran past David Craker's delivery van on Strand Road, little did anyone know it would be the last time they'd see her alive. Her brother Lee also saw her run past towards the house, seemingly close to home. However, Mandy never made it back, and her family grew increasingly worried when her dog Kyra returned home alone. With no sign of Mandy and no information from her friends, Mary reported her missing, and a search operation began. Tragically, 3 days later, on November 27, Mandy's lifeless body was discovered in the river a few miles from her home. She was found naked, with her clothes missing, except for her shoes and socks. The autopsy revealed that she had been sexually assaulted and drowned. The police believed that Mandy was abducted while running, likely by someone driving a vehicle due to her speed. Her dog Kyra had possibly been kicked into a ditch during the abduction. Mandy was taken to a location 5 miles away, where she was sexually assaulted. Evidence showed that she attempted to escape, resulting in scratches on her arms and legs from the blackberry bushes. She was then struck on the head, causing her to lose consciousness before being dumped into the river. Despite the emerging technology of DNA analysis in 1989, the investigation failed to find a match for the DNA recovered from Mandy's body. Saliva swabs were taken from 30 men in the community, but none were a match. The case went cold until June 2013, when 2 women, Heather Backstrom and Merrilee Anderson, who both attended Mount Baker High School, where Mandy had studied, discussed the case. They felt a gut feeling that a man named Tim Bass might be involved, based on their own unsettling experiences with him. Heather recalled an incident when she was 15 and Tim, who was 22 at the time, made her uncomfortable during a car ride with friends. Merrilee had a similar disturbing encounter when Tim made unwelcome advances towards her at her home. These women, convinced that Tim could be the perpetrator, decided to inform the police. Tim lived just down the street from the Stavik family and was friends with Mandy's younger brother. Astonishingly, he had never been a suspect in the case, and neither he, his brother Tom, nor their father Bud had been asked to provide a DNA sample. Tim was married to Gina Malone at the time of the investigation and had moved out of the area. Police interviewed him, but he appeared not to know who Mandy was initially, which raised suspicion, as everyone in Acme was aware of the case. Tim also refused to provide a DNA sample, citing lack of trust in the police. His wife Gina initially provided him with an alibi, claiming they were together during the time of the abduction and murder. Police had difficulty obtaining evidence directly from Tim's workplace without a subpoena, but eventually, a breakthrough came when a coworker, Kim Wagner, discreetly retrieved a plastic cup and a Coca-Cola can that Tim had used at work. DNA analysis confirmed that the DNA from these items matched the DNA found inside Mandy's body. In 2017, Tim was arrested and charged with Mandy's murder. During the trial, he claimed to have had a secret sexual relationship with Mandy, but police found no evidence to support this. Gina testified that Tim had coerced her into providing a false alibi, and he had even asked his mother, Sandra, if he could blame the murder on his deceased father, but Sandra denied any such conversation. The prosecution presented a strong case, arguing that Tim abducted and raped Mandy before striking her on the head and leaving her unconscious in the river to drown. They presented evidence that Mandy and Tim had no known relationship, and nobody had ever witnessed them together. The defense, on the other hand, tried to claim that Mandy and Tim were in a secret consensual relationship, and Tim's DNA was found due to sexual contact before her murder. However, this claim lacked evidence, as Mandy had no defensive wounds on her body. Ultimately, the jury convicted Tim of murder on May 24, 2019. At his sentencing hearing, Tim maintained his innocence, but he was sentenced to the maximum term of 320 months in prison. The resolution of Mandy Stavik's case brought closure to her family and the community after almost 30 years of uncertainty. However, her brother Brent's case remains unsolved, leaving lingering questions for the Stavik family. Mandy's mother, Mary, reflects on her daughter's life, describing her as a special person whose goodness must be honored, even in the face of tragedy. The loss of Mandy left a void in their lives, but the memories of her vibrant spirit continue to live on. Thank you for watching this video. If you found Mandy's story impactful, please consider sharing it to help raise awareness about her case. Don't forget to hit the like button if you appreciated the content, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking stories like this one. Let's honor Mandy's memory by promoting empathy and seeking justice. Together, we can make a difference. Take care, and see you next time.